Welcome to Pigeon Racing World with Winners One. In tonight's program in Starting Up will feature Wayne Williams, Davy Tournelle and Jelle Rozier. They'll be talking about selecting pigeons for a race and racing itself. In 360-degree product review, we'll venture down to Melbourne's biggest pet food wholesaler. And in Brisbane we have Dave Christensen. G'day David.
Hi Righto viewers, we have a full show tonight and later on we'll be continuing with some more of the PIPA auction. But first up, it's Starting Up with Wayne Williams.
When I am sending pigeons to a race, one of the first things I look for, I walk into the loft and first thing I look for is the pigeons on the perch. I like to see them up on a perch. I do not handle them. I just look at them from a distance. I like to see a pigeon that is looking very sharp, bright-eyed, like it's ready to go. Then I will catch the pigeon. I will normally open the wing up, check that it has got all its flights. If it is missing a flight in the last two, I will not send the pigeon. If the second last flight is 3/4 up, I might be tempted to send the pigeon if it is not looking like a hard race. If it is going to be a hard race, I will not send the pigeon unless it has a full wing. I will then turn the pigeon not upside down but sideways to check the keel, see that the keel and the skin is nice and clear and a little bit of pinkish to it. Then I would hold the pigeon up and look into its eye, just see that it is nice and bright, and that I also open the mouth, check that the mouth is nice and clean and that the cleft is open. Then I will put the pigeon in for selection. That is how I select a pigeon from for the race. When the pigeon does come home from the race, I tend to like to see the pigeon on the board looking sharp. They land on the loft and I like to see them looking very smart and sharp. Then once they trap, I will quite often look at the pigeon. They tend to go to the water, so you'll be able to see them quite clearly. They have a little bit of a drink and then they tend to only have a little peck of the food and then go to the perch. If the pigeon is distressed, there is no way that I would look at that pigeon for the following week. I would then look at other pigeons prior to that race. I only pick my pigeons normally straight off the perch for the race. I do not go in and think it's your turn to go, I send you. I do not mind if the pigeon does not race for 3 or 4 weeks. I train Saturdays and Sundays quite long and this will bring the pigeons up if they are not ready for that race that week.
Hello everybody, my name is Davy Tournelle. I come from Flemish Brabant in Belgium. I will tell you my system with the young birds. End of May we start with the road training of the young birds and we start very short in the beginning. We start at 1 kilometer the first time. The day after we go to 2 kilometer. And so we go up, 3 kilometer, then we go to 6 2 times, then we go to 13 2 times, then we go to 20 2 times, then we go to 30 2 times, and then we go to 35 till 40 also 2 times. And when everything going good, then they are ready, go to the first race in the club, and then the federation, it's I think the first race about 10,000 pigeons, and this is a race from 120 kilometer. When everything's going good, they do that, and 2 days later, the race is on Saturday, and on Tuesday evening, we basketing again this group young birds then for the next race from 120 kilometer, and we try to do this system every week. On the race on Saturday 120, Wednesday again 120, and so higher and higher the kilometers till the week before the last race for the national races. And that is 460 kilometers the first national race on Bush. And we go up 2 times 120 on the weekend. 2 times 200 kilometers the next 2 weekends. 2 times 350 kilometers the two last weeks before the national race. But every Wednesday they fly 120 kilometers also in the club. Who selected my birds? Every pigeon is the same for me. When the pigeons come home, the day after is on Sunday, no training at home. It's just a relaxed day. They can take a bath. But on Monday, it's a love training. Tuesday also. Tuesday evening, they go again to the race from 120 kilometers. Also on Thursday, they do a love training. And Friday again to basketing for the next race. When pigeons cannot follow, they go outside. Or sometimes also when a pigeon come one day back from the race from Saturday, they go not to the race from Wednesday. They must time to have recovery also, and we set them in a small loft that can eat the whole day and just recover. And from when the national races start, Saturday race, also Sunday relax. The pigeons that come home at Sunday, I put a special plastic ring on him, and that I know on Monday no training for these birds, just relax for them. And Tuesday they must also training at my home. When they not training, they can stay at home a week or they go out the group. It's very hard here. You must do that if you want to make a strong group that can race every week. But this is about a little bit the system by my youngsters how I do this. How prepare my birds before the national races. In the beginning, I do nothing special. From the first 120-kilometer races, the most important thing is enough food, because it's very intensive training on Saturday, Wednesday, also home trainings. Enough food, what you want. 1 hour later, I do the rest away. They eat 2 times. In the morning they eat, and in the evening.
Hi guys, this is one group of the racing team of the hens. The other group is at the moment with the cocks. We pair this up. What we do is we let the pigeons training. They come inside, we wait 30 minutes and then we give them food. Then they are calm and they eat more and more.
From 200 kilometers races, I'm beginning with to prepare my birds with when they come back. I give the recovery from ID. When they come at home on Sunday, I give the Hexenbier together with the Corny Speed. On Monday also. Tuesday on the short races, nothing, clear water. When they come home from 120 kilometers, also nothing, just clear water. Thursday I give them Blitz with Corny Speed to let you know for the coming weeks to drink that. That I do till 200 kilometers. After the 300-kilometer race, when they come back, I separate the young birds, and in the evening I give him a pill with proteins to recovery also fast. This day from the race in the water, the recovery from ID, and in the evening when I separate a protein pill, the KKK pills from Onfried. On Sunday the same. Sunday Hexenbier and Corny Speed on the food, in the water, sorry. And on the food I give the more gold with the protein powder from a KKK in the morning. In the evening I give, when they not recovering, the same, the Margold, the KKK, and the probiotica, the Enterobac. When they are recovery, only the Margold and the Enterobac. On Monday, I give in the water the Hexenbier with the Garni Speed, and in the food, the Margold with the Enterobac, plus Immune Booster now. Immune Booster is good for the immunity for the pigeons, and they like it also. This, when I open, it's just like chewing gum, and the first time that I use that, I say, I think my pigeons don't eat that, but when I give them, they like it so much. Tuesday, I give the Blitz in the water and Gardening Speed also, and on the food, the Margold only with Immune Booster. Wednesday, I do also the Blitz form plus the Gardening Speed in the water, and I use the Energy Oil and the Road 200. Road 200 is a condition powder with vitamins and supplements. And on Thursday, we basket the young birds then for the middle distance races from 350 kilometers, and then it's clear water, or sometimes CMK from Dr. Brockham. I use sometimes also. That's what we do. Always in the beginning and the week when they come home, give fat food with high fat balance, and on Sunday morning also, Sunday evening light food. Monday also. Tuesday morning I start with feeding up mix 2. It's a sport mixture, and Wednesday evening I bring also the mix 3. It's more energy mixture together with the mix 2. That's with I think a pigeon fancier must feel and see what the pigeons need. It's also on the food. You see, they need more energy, then you must give them. You must every day I handle also 60% of my racing pigeons that I know how they are and what they need. For me, that's very important. Normally, all my group go every week to the other races. That's the system what I do the last years, and I believe it. And when you race every week your birds, they are stronger, but you make a selection from pigeons that bred pigeons also that bred birds that can race every week. Sometimes there is a pigeon that not recovery from the last race, and then I let it home for 1 week. When recovery slowly, I put it also out my group. There's no time for pigeons that cannot race every week. When the pigeon let it at home for 1 week, and 2 weeks later go again to the race, going good. The week after they come again later, I put it also out my group. There is no time for pigeons that can there's no time for give the time to pigeons that not can follow the other. And we can start with 50 all birds, and I know when everything goes normal in the end of the season, I have 48, maybe 50, because they cannot. And the yearlings, we lose also 20 till 25%, but that's normal. That's normal because they fly now this season. I think the season that comes, about 10 races, 11 races from 500 kilometers in a row, and possible also a long distance race, the last one from 650 till 700 kilometers. You must select your birds. Very short, you cannot, you cannot, and when you see, you can give them 1 time a chance to let them at home, but not 2 times here. Otherwise, you must select your birds on every 2 weeks to race, but that's not the time that I will spend all the year in my birds. I will race them in the season every week.
We do the system with the hands with the rolls that they avoid paired together. We have two different colors of hands, the yellow group and the white group. That will say we pair one cock at the two hands, the yellow hand and the white hand. The day of basketing, at first we do the yellow group, 30 minutes with the cocks, and after the yellow group come the white hands with the cocks. When the yellow group together with the cock, the white hands hear that the yellow group are together. They are very nervous and they still waiting to go to the cock. When the pigeons go back from the race, then come the white group first with the cock. And after 1 or 2 hours, it's sometimes a fast race or a hard race. It's sometimes difficult, 1 or 2 hours comes it together, and then come the yellow group with the cocks. The reason that we do this system, we want to make the hands jealous on each other. We do this system the last 3 years and we see always the pigeons go very good and the results are every year go better and better. Only the disadvantage is that it takes a lot of your time. A double time, then you have one hen or one cock. But we trust in this system and we're gonna do this every year.
We'll be back after this short break. Welcome back to Pigeon Racing World with Winners 1. We continue with Starting Up.
To fly young pigeons, that's the thing I like the most on those national races, 500-600 kilometers. I keep sexes separated. As soon as I see cockbird chasing hens, cocks to one side and hens to the other side. With my pigeons, they are in the dark system and later on in the lightning system. Because of the dark system, they will body mold very heavy. After the body mold, we start the road training and then we start to participate the races with the club. First short distance and then we go up to the national races. What I also do a lot is road training between those races. I go on the road many times, 2, 3, 4 times a week. A guy from New York, Neil Migliori, I visited him in the past and he was teaching me about the road training. Because of him, I go a lot on the road with my pigeons for let's say 50 till 100 kilometers. And that made me better in the future also. I remember when I started to do that, a lot of people were laughing a little bit because I was road training a lot. But after 10 years, I see more people are following that track because it makes the pigeons better. I also see and think how better my competitors get, how better I can get. That keeps you awake and that will make you better. Don't be afraid to lose because after you lose, the winning will be more fun than you thought you were winning always on a lower level of competitors. I'm not a guy that is believing in a lot of motivation. I ship my birds, they come home. I have no nest boxes in the loft, just perches and feed perches. When they come home from the race, they can do what they want for just a short period, and then I separate sexes again. I ship weekly my pigeons. They go week after week. We fly 4 national races in 2019 and 2 provincial races, and let's say it's an average of about 520 kilometers per race, and the same pigeons will go race after race. We had in the past 7 national races in 2013, and then my pigeons flew 7 national races with an average of 530 kilometers per race. I try to keep it simple also with supplements, not too much medication, only if necessary. It's not in a bottle or in a canister, it's all in the bloodline. But of course the birds have to stay healthy, and that's the main thing you need. A healthy pigeon that loves his own place where he lives, and then you can have good results. I think in the long run we all gonna go that way. I think more professional. What made me better also is the co-working with one of my best friends, also Eddie Noel. He's a very, very clever guy when we talk about even the pigeon feed. He's also very smart when you talk about just the supplements, but not to overuse the supplements, because it's also killing the pigeon. If you use too many things all the time, it's not necessary, and people, they think it's necessary. I tried everything in the past, but what I see now is less, give more, and that's what I see. What made me better was, of course, the pigeons, because if I had maybe birds from just around the corner, I was not that good as we are today. It's all about common sense and keep it simple.
Hello, my name's Sash. I work for A Salce, but my wife is Jenny Salce, who is actually the director of this whole complex. She's the boss, and whatever she says goes, and she's doing a good job. Just to tell you a bit about the business, 1963, Jim and Angela Salce has started a little grain business selling to chickens and pigeons in High Street, Thornbury. One of their first pigeon customers, well actually their first pigeon customer was Bill Laurie and his brother. That's how long we've been selling pigeon food for. And then as time went on, we got busier and bigger. We started selling dog food and chicken pellets and all that. In 1967, we became distributors for Ridley's. Then they were called Hut Mill, but now they're called Ridley's. And as we become a distributor for Ridley's, also then Uncle Ben's, which is now Master Food, we became a distributor for them. So we started selling all walks of cat food, dog food, horse food, the whole lot. And we stayed in, then we moved to a corner store in Woolton Avenue in High Street. And as we kept getting, as time went on, we just kept getting bigger and bigger. And then we outgrew there. So then Jim and Angela had a place in Mernda. So what we did then is we built a big shed there and we moved all the distribution to there. And again, as time went on, we just kept getting bigger and bigger. And now we're here in Epping, 31 Ricky Way, Epping. And our factory here is 4,250 square metres under roof. But we still have Thornbury, which is a main retail store. It's been there for so many years and everyone knows it. Because just to give you an example, when we were in Thornbury, we used to have one international truck that could hold only 10 pallets at the most. And we used to have one little ute, a 1-ton ute. Now we run 3 heavy rigid Scanias, a heavy rigid Isuzu, and we also have 2 other trucks. So to give you an example, then till now the business has grown so much, and today I have my son working here and my son-in-law, so it's the 3rd generation. So hopefully that will continue on the business, because even though like house properties and all that are getting smaller and people are in apartments, animals are actually increasing. So more people are learning to love and enjoy the companionship of animals, which is great for business and great for the soul of any person to have a pet animal, bird, whatever. If you look at it at an overall figure, now we'll sell 100 to 120 tonne of feed every day, 5 days a week. We have one person that's bagging all the grain up, and that works 10 hours a day, 7 days a week. So we get a bulk truck every day here, and we're normally unloading 7 to 8 B-doubles every day of all packaged products, whether it comes from Ridley's, Nestle, High Gain. So we sell a lot of stuff. As time's come on, what we have realised is, such as pigeon flying for example, has become more specific. They're wanting better grains, they want certain grains, so we've had to accommodate. For example, years ago it was just normal wheat. Now we're using hard wheat, higher protein, less chance of mould growing on the grains because it's drier. And same as our sorghum, we're trying to get irrigated sorghum now because you get a consistent, better quality of grain. So like anything, pigeons, even our racehorse, the horse industry, even the dog food, it's all becoming more like humans. It's becoming more specific is what they want. As science about animal health and that has increased, we're learning more and more what animals require compared to a long time ago. So you can, for racing pigeons, if you feed a better quality food, you might be able to get that extra 1 or 2 seconds. 5 minutes, you've won the race. The birds look better. They stay healthier. Same as the horses and the dogs. So even though it's still selling food for animals, it's becoming quite scientific and specific. So safflower, if you get safflower from certain parts of Australia, same as the sunflower, certain parts of Australia, there's more sun. So there's more vitamins and minerals in the grain. So that's what we do. We chase the better quality stuff, not hoping, so we can keep feeding the animals properly and getting everyone's business. Over here what we have 6 silos at the back. So we buy all the grains from around Australia and overseas when there's big droughts in Australia. So it comes in bulk trucks. We tip it into a silos at the back, and then we have a specific cleaning machine. It's called a Chimbria cleaning machine, I'd say. And what it does is it cleans the grains to 98.9%. So we can take out any grain that's not meant to be there. We take out the skins and the husks, which can affect pigeons in their throats and all that. So, but what we offer is a customer can come and buy a bag of hard wheat, can come and buy a bag of peas, can come and buy a bag of sorghum, can come and buy a bag of safflower. Everyone has their own ways and their own recipes which they think works for them. So we can accommodate for all of that. But we also have like a broad, racing pigeon mix which has, hard wheat in it, has more safflower, so it allows for, higher carbohydrates for, more distance. Has a lot of the oil seeds also keep weight on them, but also to keep their feathers nice and shiny. So we offer all those in our grains. We also offer basic pigeon mixes for, we have a lot of people that are just fancy, they keep fancy pigeons and pet pigeons and all that, and they don't require a higher carbohydrate and protein diet. So we try to vary our grains and all our seeds so to accommodate for everyone and each person, for each animal they have. We have it all here. We have our own brand, it's called the Provit Min. We developed that many years ago, and we used to do like 4 or 5 pallets a week. Now on average, the whole lot, we're doing 250, 300 tonne a week. And what we do, so we're a wholesaler here, so we will supply all around Australia. Whoever wants it, doesn't matter. We send, a lot of our product even goes to Tasmania. So wherever you live, you can get our product if you want. If anyone ever needs any hand with any kind of retail product, you can contact the Thornbury store on 9484 3805. And further, if you want to open up a store or distribute or whatever, retail, you can always come down to here, 31 Ricky Way, Epping, and talk to Jenny or any of the staff, and we can help you that way as well. Thank you.
David, a few weeks ago we featured the up-and-coming Sydney PIPA auction.
Yes, Rod, Nicholas talks about the PIPA Elite Centre, and Jelle Rozier will talk about his pigeons and a little segment on the introduction to pigeon racing.
Ik ben Nikolaas Gyselbrecht en ben gestart met PIPA in 2000 als nieuwswebsite. En dat is een veilinghuis geworden in 2003, 2004. Maar de passie voor de duiven die bleef zitten. En eigenlijk vond ik dat ik een beetje te veel bezig was met het verhandelen van duiven en dat de affiniteit met de duif zelf verder weg was. En het kriebelde om zelf iets te beginnen doen met duiven. En in 2008 ben ik dan begonnen in het klein met PIPA Elite Center. Dat was met een koppeltje duiven en dat één koppeltje zijn dan meerdere koppels geworden. En in de loop van de jaren zijn we zo wel geëvolueerd. In 2012 is mijn neef Sam bij ons team gekomen, bij het PSC-team. Hij verzorgt de kweekduiven. Hij zal dit jaar ook spelen voor PSC als satelliethok. En in 2014 hebben we gesprekken aangeknoopt met Pascal, die in mijn ogen een van de allerbeste duifmelkers is ter wereld.
Onze eerste doelstelling die we samen hadden opgesteld was eigenlijk om het beste kweekhok in België en eigenlijk ook ter wereld te willen creëren. Enerzijds en anderzijds het beste vlieghok in België te zijn en bij mij thuis dan met de duiven te racen. Maar ondertussen zijn we geëvolueerd en is onze missie eigenlijk veel prouder, veel groter geworden dan dat oorspronkelijk was. En nu willen we eigenlijk liefhebbers, duivenmelkers wereldwijd gelukkig maken in de duivensport en ook succesvol maken in de duivensport. Dat is nu onze missie, daar staan wij voor. Hoe dat we dat willen doen, dat is eigenlijk gebaseerd op 4 pijlers. De eerste pijler is dat wij excellente pedigrees willen creëren, liefst zoveel mogelijk nationale asduiven of nationale overwinningen in die pedigrees. Zodanig dat mensen al gelukkig worden van een duif aan te kopen met een bepaalde pedigree of te krijgen of te hebben met een bepaalde pedigree met zoveel kwaliteiten asduiven geïntegreerd in die pedigree. Ten tweede willen wij duiven afleveren die ook perfect zijn qua conditie en qua eigenschappen dat een winnaar of een winnende duif heeft of nodig heeft. Ten derde willen wij ook een goede duif afleveren. Dus die kan kweken, een duif die winnaars kan kweken en een duif die zelf prestaties kan leveren, indien gevraagd wordt. En ten vierde zouden wij ook graag mensen die met onze duiven willen succesvol zijn, zouden we ook met raad en daad willen bijstaan. Het zijn eigenlijk de 4 pijlers van onze missie, van de missie van PSC naar de toekomst toe. De tweede pijler die ik vernoemd heb was een mooie duif creëren, een perfecte duif in de hand creëren. En wat bedoelen wij daar eigenlijk mee? Eerst en vooral duiven die voldoende volume hebben, spieren hebben. Dat is belangrijk. Ten tweede is daar een mooie lange vleugel met smalle lange pennen, vind ik heel belangrijk. Duiven die 500-600 kilometer moeten overbruggen of moeten kunnen overbruggen, hebben dat allemaal. Nationale asduiven, meestal hebben echt zo'n lange vleugel met smalle pennen. En ten derde een mooi oog, een rijke oog die kweek in zich heeft. Dat zijn de duiven die we eigenlijk willen creëren. Ik heb in mijn carrière of in mijn leven tot nu toe het geluk gehad om een paar keer een superkoppel op mijn nok te hebben. Dat is begonnen in 1997. En mijn eerste superkoppel, het Louet-koppel, wat wel wereldwijd bekend is, lange Louet, maar dikke Louet. En ik denk dat nu ondertussen wel 100 kleinkinderen of achterkleinkinderen in de eerste provinciaal of ook top nationaal hebben gewonnen. Dat is werkelijk een uitzonderlijk kweekkoppel. En die hadden toevallig ook al die eigenschappen. Dus daar is mijn idee eigenlijk ontstaan omdat dat de duiven zijn die wereldwijd provinciale en nationale overwinningen kunnen halen met die eigenschappen. Vandaar ben ik ook steeds op zoek naar duiven met die verschillende eigenschappen. En zo prent ik in mijn hoofd alle kweekkoppels die ik wil samenstellen, prent ik samen om te kijken of die kinderen die eigenschappen kunnen verkrijgen naar de toekomst toe. En zo ben ik dan nog 1 of 2 zeer goede koppels tegengekomen. Het stamkoppel was altijd het beste. Tot in eigenlijk 2013 of 2014 was ik hier een keer op bezoek bij het PIPA Elite Center. En toen zag ik een dochtertje van Nieuw Freddy. En die had ook bepaalde eigenschappen waarbij ik zag dat een van mijn basisduiven op dat moment, een kind van Wakko met Norma, de 2 beste duiven die ik ooit gehad heb qua vliegprestaties, dat die een match samen wel eens zulke kinderen zou kunnen geven. En inderdaad, in 2013 hebben we dat koppel samengesteld. En is er een van die kinderen tot bij mij thuis gekomen. Dat bleek dan uiteindelijk Wakko Freddy te zijn. Dus de vader van de Porsche, dus eigenlijk het mannetje van een stamkoppel dat we nu hebben. En dat is inderdaad zo'n duif met enorm volume, enorme vleugel, enorm hoofd, kop, ogen. Dat is echt een duif. Later kocht ik in 2013, wanneer ik terug opnieuw met de duiven ben begonnen, een ganse ronde bij Bart Gerings. Met één voorwaarde, dat er een jonge duif bij was uit Gladiator, met een dochter van Butterkop Sylvester en Willeke. Want ook dat koppel was zo'n super koppel, waar wereldwijd successen mee gehaald zijn, waar Bart ook eigenlijk groot mee geworden is. En ik wou ook die duif eigenlijk ook in de stam inbrengen. Oké, zo gezegd, zo gedaan. Die ronde wordt afgehaald en na enkele maanden zie ik dus dat kind wat ik speciaal gevraagd had, dat werkelijk iets fantastisch is en dat bleek dan eigenlijk liefde te zijn. En dat kind had ik dan voor ogen om tegen onze samenkweek te koppelen. Dat heb ik dan ook gedaan in 2014, toen die beide 1 jaar oud waren. En dat blijkt dus nu opnieuw een wereldkoppel te zijn, misschien nog wel beter dan mijn oorspronkelijk Lowet-koppel. Kinderen daarvan zijn eigenlijk ook allemaal, bevatten ook allemaal die eigenschappen. Ze zijn rond, spieren, goede hoofd, super ogen, lange vleugels, smalle pennen, zoals ik het wil en zoals duiven. Wat ik ondervonden heb ook in al die jaren, is dat duiven met die eigenschappen ook elke week 700 kilometer aan kunnen. Dus uiteindelijk, dat is nu het nieuwe stamkoppel. Het eerste jaar, 2014, wordt Porsche 911 en Boxster eruit geboren, die 1 jaar later als jaarling 5e en 8e nationale asduif worden. Ik denk ook een unieke prestatie. Ik kan niet zeggen of ik dat ooit gehoord heb, dat uit 1 koppel in 1 jaar 2 top 10 nationale asduiven zijn geboren, wat dus ook op zich al uniek was. Ondertussen hebben wij van dat koppel rond de 40 kinderen op het kweekhok zitten. En dat is dan eigenlijk de basis om te komen tot de missie, de 4 pijlers, goede pedigree, mooie duif, goede duif. En als we nog ondersteuning kunnen geven aan de mensen die duiven bezitten, dan gaan die ook succesvol zijn met deze duiven.
Wat me opvalt als verzorger van de duiven, van de PSC-duiven, dat het heel gemakkelijk is met die topduiven. De basisconditie, de basisgezondheid van die duiven is heel sterk van die Porsche-lijn. En ja, met gewoon goed voer, grit, wonderpigeon en de mineralen, dat we gemakkelijk 7 rondes achter elkaar kunnen kweken zonder medicatie toe te dienen en zonder dat de duiven er echt van afzien.
Dus nu met PSC hebben wij het geluk van zulk een super kweekkoppel te bezitten. Een kweekkoppel dat zowel jongen geeft die perfect voldoen aan onze eigenschappen, die perfect voldoen aan de pedigree die wij wensen, allemaal nationale asduiven in de pedigree, en die perfect ook voldoen qua uitzicht. Die lange vleugels, die mooie ogen, die mooie kop en zo verder. Dit willen we nu nog verder van genieten of uitbreiden door vooral die kinderen. We verkopen ook geen enkel kind meer van dat koppel. Die houden wij in België. En meer nog, we zouden die duiven nu nog willen versterken door nog andere superduiven, Belgische superduiven, zoals Golden Prince, zoals Nadine van Willy Daniels, om die ook in België te houden en te kunnen inkruisen tegen deze duiven. Het geeft natuurlijk nog mooiere pedigrees, met nog meer nationale asduiven in de pedigree. Ook bepaalde eigenschappen, bijvoorbeeld Golden Prince heeft een super lange vleugel, een super smalle lange pennen. Nadine heeft een super zachte pluimen, super mooi oog, is geweldig volume, geweldige spieren. Die eigenschappen nog verder onze duiven laten helpen en onze duiven doen evolueren in nog mooiere duiven. Dat is eigenlijk ook iets wat wij als PSC willen bereiken. Om mensen in de toekomst die duiven, die kinderen, die kleinkinderen ervan ontvangen, nog succesvoller, nog blijer, nog gelukkiger te maken dan ze vandaag de dag al zijn. Dat is eigenlijk een heel mooie visie voor ons naar de toekomst toe.
We hebben jaarlijks met PSC een veiling, waar we een heel selecte groep van jonge duiven brengen uit onze kern van onze kolonie. Meestal varieert dat tussen de 10 en de 12 jonge duiven. Dit jaar zijn er 12. Heel speciale jonge duiven, allemaal geboren in 2018. Allemaal koppeltjes. Dus ik heb graag dat het koppeltjes zijn, zodanig dat de mensen ook zien dat we niet het mooiste of zo voor onszelf houden. Maar dus van al onze beste koppels zit er 1 koppel in de veiling. En het is ook zo dat de duiven die al kweekklaar zijn op dit moment, worden heel voorzichtig ook ingeschakeld voor een aantal rondes in ons eigen kweekprogramma. Vorig jaar was het zelfs zo dat de moeder van de duif die nu in een $1 million race de 4e prijs won, die samen aankwam met de eerste duif, ook geveild is in onze veiling. Dus het duifje was voor de veiling gekweekt en nadien is die in de veiling gekomen. Om aan te geven dat het voor ons heel belangrijk is om in de veiling duiven te brengen die fantastisch zijn. Voor ons is het zo dat we eigenlijk beslist hebben met ons 3 dat een duif maar verkocht mag worden als wij vinden dat die goed genoeg is voor onszelf, voor de eigen kweek. En we waken daarover samen, we controleren elkaar daar ook op. Het kan zijn dat op een bepaald moment iemand zegt van verkopen we die duif, dat iemand anders zegt nee, dat is niet goed genoeg. Dus eigenlijk is er een beetje sociale controle op dat vlak en corrigeren we elkaar daarin. En nu dit jaar komen er 12 duiven in de veiling, waaronder een heel speciale koppeling, Golden Prince met Lieve. De laatste 2 kinderen van Lieve, onze stammoeder, die ooit zullen verkocht worden. Dan ook Tarzan met nieuw Patricia, de laatste 2 jongen van dit koppel zullen verkocht worden. Ook de grootouders van Porsche, uit die 2, ook de laatste 2 kinderen die zullen verkocht worden. Het is wel een heel speciale veiling, zowel de laatste kinderen van bepaalde koppels, maar ook sportief of in de hand zijn er bepaalde heel unieke duiven. En dus het is wel iets om naar uit te kijken. Ik ben ervan overtuigd dat de mensen die iets kopen in de veiling er succes zullen mee hebben.
I started with my own birds in a small loft in 1995. It was a loft by 2x2 only. I lived with my mother. It was for me also easy to get into the sport. In a short period, good pigeons also, because we were related to several guys who flew on a high level. The most famous name was, of course, the Huben family. My grandmother was related to the wife of Jeff Huben. When I was, I think, around 12 years, I was going often to them, helping at their place if necessary and possible, of course, for me. Cleaning lofts, just talk with all the famous guys over there. The most important thing I did was listening. And that made me, I think, stronger in the long run, because when I was a young guy, I had a chance to learn a lot of things of all those top flyers. In 2004, Queenelle, our basic hen, she won first national on La Souterraine. Was about 600 kilometers. She was fastest against 19,000 pigeons, old birds and young birds together. We had a chance to sell her, but we decided not to sell her. I think we won lottery with not selling this pigeon, because she was a game changer for us. Her background, the father is a line bred of my grandfather, his old stuff. And then we got the opportunity to join breeding with the Huben family. I remember I got a phone call from Jeff Huben, and he told me to come over to his place with our hen, Queenelle. And I came at his place. He told me, Jelle, go upstairs and take Pinocchio out of his box. And I went upstairs at the old loft. I took Pinocchio, I came down, and Jeff went with me to another loft, and he told me sit down. He took a nest ball, he put the nest ball into a box. He took Queenelle, he put her in that box, and he took Pinocchio and he paired them up. And all of a sudden I was asking, what are you doing now? And he told me, son, now you're going to be a pigeon flyer. All of a sudden, a lot of things changed for us in just a few minutes. And we got 4 babies out of that mating, and he got 4 babies out of that mating. And 3 out of the 4 babies I got, they bred me birds in the top 10 national and top 100. And they are still in the basic of the birds we have today in 2019. If I look back and we see birds of the last several years that were doing good, like Oklahoma, 7 Goose, Illinois, birds that were good in national ace bird rankings, putting themselves in the top 10 on national races. Always Queenelle was somewhere in the background. What I did the last few years was more line breeding to her also. I outcrossed those line bred birds, and that was giving me also a lot of success till the day of today. The most special bird that we had out of a line bred with an outcross was 2 years ago in 2017, and that was our first national ace pigeon KBDB on those national races for young birds. That was something I tried to achieve already for almost 10 years, to win national bush and to win that national ace pigeon. And I was so lucky to do it in 1 year. That national ace pigeon was the most special thing. We named her, because of that we named her New Queenelle. She has the same color of eye. She's almost a lookalike like Queenelle. That's why we named her New Queenelle. The same year we had out of a line bred with another outcross, also Goose, and he was our national winner from Bourges. He was fastest against almost 60,000 birds. And that was also an amazing feeling when that pigeon came home. The first guy that I called to tell that I won was one of my best friends and a guy who taught me also a lot. And that was Tony Malucci from USA. The man, he passed away a few weeks ago, and it was also a big loss we had. But yeah, that's life. We have to go forward, and it is what it is. But those moments you will never forget in your lifetime, because those were special, and they were always connected to some people. And the most special thing also was that day when we won national, it was the birthday of Jeff Hooben, and it was also something that we will never forget. And that's what pigeon sport is all about. I think it brings people together, and I think it's important you enjoy the good things and the sport and be a good winner and a good loser. Try to keep it simple for yourself.
I hope you enjoyed tonight's show, and good night, David.
Good night, Rod. Good night, viewers.
You've been watching Pigeon Racing World Winners 1. Good night.